In a secondary class loaded with talent that excels in athleticism, technical skill, and ball hawking production, one name has flown a little further under the radar than deserved. That man is Wake Forest cornerback Caelen Carson, who gave a struggling Wake Forest team a much-needed set of defensive highlights. This is his 2-minute drill. Caelen Carson is built perfectly for man coverage thanks to his length and body control. Wake Forest ran a very heavy man scheme, and Carson was able to pick on guys in competition who could not match him in terms of speed thanks to his fluid movement skills and good top end. He kept pace with much of the outside receiving competition in the ACC, putting up especially great tape against Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson, two receivers who will surely be drafted in the NFL. Carson also plays with the utmost physicality. He's not afraid to initiate hand fighting and continue bumping and refusing to give up cushion to the wide receiver he's matched up against. This physicality also carries into his run support activities, as he's very willing and refined in tackling, laying hard hits on any ball carrier who enters his path. He's a very secure tackler and rarely requires assistance to bring a guy down. Caelen Carson's technique is where he pales in comparison to other corners. His speed is good enough to keep up with guys in a straight line, but Carson is prone to losing his footing at the top of route stems and often ends up losing the receiver over the middle. In general, Carson has a difficult time moving outside of a straight line context, struggling to take angles to the ball carrier to execute the tackling form I like so much. He will need to get more coordinated at the next level. Carson also has a lack of ball production that is a little worrisome for a guy who operates so much in man. Sure, he's spending a lot of his time in press, but you would hope his contested catch ability would translate to some interceptions. He has not recorded an interception since his sophomore season in the league. He often focuses more on playing the receiver instead of the ball, which can be good for sticky coverage, but means he's not consistently the game changer you would like to see in the cornerback room. For a player comparison, I think Caelen Carson compares best to Sherrod Martin. Martin had a couple good years as a full-time starter with Carolina, but had issues with angles and footwork throughout his college and NFL career. While I do think Carson has Martin's spot starter upside, those issues will need to be cleaned up at the next level to keep him in the starting lineup consistently. All in all, I feel like Caelen Carson is on the fringes of a top 100 player and could find his way into the early day 3 conversation, with upside for teams who run a lot of press man and are truly willing to play him exclusively in that role. I'm not sure he could ever be a true alpha for the team, but he could do well as a CB2 for the Commanders, Chiefs, or the Browns. And that's the 2-minute drill.